put on it, I didn't hear it that way particularly yet. And I have tons of documentations to prove that the female came first. There is but one sex, and that is the female. And to even go into something like Dr. York talked about with the nine ether, the woman or the universe actually comes from out of that nine ether. Now let me make you understand what I'm talking about. When you break down the word feminine, you have the word femi and you have the number 9 in it. It's femi 9. So that 9 is the symbol of pregnancy. Or not only pregnancy, it is the original DNA, that helix. Because all life moves in a circular motion. So she is the original spiritual being. Because in the root of the word spiritual, you have the word spiral. You see what I'm saying? So and then even in
the root word of spirit came from the Latin, and it means breath. Spirit came from the Latin word that means breath. Okay, you can easily look that up. Okay.
Mathematics, when I was a part of the nation of gods and earth, we said that the number 9 is born. And so when you also go into the book Metal Netter by Rod Unefa Amen, he says that the number 9 is the number of sex, which is Aset. And so there you have it. She is the feminine, meaning that she is circular. The man is linear because he's masculine. And when you break down the word masculine, you have masculine and you have line. You see? And then now when we go into the problem book of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad had this to say about it. And this goes into reference to all the brothers that are saying, well, the male is the active principle. What you're not understanding about the woman's number being 9, that is, she is complete. So she's more than just the number 2. She's the number 0. The 0 is the undifferentiated creation. Before the creation, there's the 0. Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad says that the 1 came from the 0. The 1 is masculine. Again, the 1 is linear. The woman is feminine. So she is circular. So the 0 is the hidden portion of Amen. You understand? That's why Het Haru is called the Eye of Amen, or
you know, Amen or Amen Ra. You understand? You ever understood why they say these things? It mean hidden. Okay? This is what they don't tell you in the Bible. Why is that? Because they hiding it. They demonizing the woman. But let's continue because it's almost over.
The Eye of Ra. You understand what I'm saying to you?
What have motivated you to get on this path, to get on this train, and take this train down the road? What have motivated you to do this, brother?
Well, actually,
with this type of teaching.
I'll tell you, after the debate with Wesley Muhammad, because I was pretty much on the right path, just didn't know it at the time when I was talking about the Islamic thing. But what actually happened when we was going through all of that beefing with the BPC and all that, it really got to me.
Yeah.
And you remember we was on the radio show, and I said, you know what? I don't want this to be a part of my aura.
It threw you off your path.
It threw everything, all of it, my whole life. My job, I lost my job, my relationship at home.
I want y'all to just, you know, you can look that up. The Hidden Truth of the Original Woman, okay? All right, this is important because we're going to understand what we are doing here, okay? What is going on, the stipel casting between the woman and the man and this European this Western civilization, okay? So they give you Monday through Sunday, okay? And then it starts all over again. It's a cycle or a circle. You know, you have the swastika. You ever seen the Nazis wear the swastika? This is actually from Europe, Ethiopia. Okay, you have the right angle here, the right angle here, the right angle here, the right angle here, and it makes a 360. Okay, you add the 3 and the 6 together, it gives you 9. Okay, everything moves in a circular motion. Look at your fingerprints. Okay, it moves in a circular motion. Look at your hair. It's coiled. It moves in a circular motion. Look at the 6, 6, 6, 6. Even though this is carbon. Okay, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, 6 protons, which is carbon. And carbon is nothing but condensed sunlight. Okay, this when you see Saturn, and they turn it, and it's supposed to be Satan, but Satan, this is just a label and term. That's what they want to confuse you with. Okay, everything has to do with carbon. You know, everything is made of carbon, atoms. Okay, and that's the only thing we are talking about in this condensed sunlight. Everything works on the light spectrum. Okay, maybe in my next video I can also prove this to you, because I have a book that actually explains this as well, that everything works on a light spectrum. Okay, so let's continue. You have mother, her, father, her, brother, her. Okay? Now let's understand this. Everything is working on a certain frequency. Everything is working with that female principle. Okay? Now, doctors tell you all the time, it is the woman. It is the woman that makes the children, and only thing she needs is a man's electrical charge. Okay? That's the only thing. Now you say, why is this important? Because you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay, you know, Saturn day. And then you got Sunday. Okay, day, the light. Everything is of the light spectrum. Okay, carbon 666 is carbon base. And then you got that 9. Now, this is important. This is because everything still works on the light spectrum. Okay? Now, they are confusing a woman because they want to make it seem like everything is the man's fault. And this is why the woman has, and it kind of is, but this is the reason why you have the woman so confused. She's imbalanced. Okay? Everything that's a problem is men. Menstrual, mental, mentor, mention, menopause, men, like administration, amen. You understand? Where is the woman? Okay, woman. Okay, but they tell you that it's only her. Everything is of her. Okay, I want you to understand the spell castings that we are living under. Okay, so we are all stars made of a stardust. We are all stars made of a stardust. Okay, everything is of the light spectrum. This is reason why you have these secret societies that's always telling you, hey, we are of the light. We are the light barrier, or the barrier of light. But you remember, they do not hold any melanin. This is no disrespect to any other race, but you know black people hold the most melanin. They hold the most light. Light is information. Okay, they're the most enlightened. This doctors will tell you this. They are 9 times out of 10 to be more compassionate and intelligent by the time of birth because of this. Because they receive so much of the light. Okay? So, understand what we in. You see I. C. You know, right. They are casting spells. They're casting spells on you. Okay? Now, when you have this light spectrum, the only way for you to receive this information is through vibration. Vibration. Okay? This is very important. Okay, and when you get this vibration, you get the frequency because it moves in a circle of motion. It's a frequency. Anything that's frequent, moving in a circle of motion. Okay, remember frequency, frequently. What is to be frequently? To do something on a constant level, over and over and over again. Okay, and for you to understand these things, you have to listen. So when you hear here, it's ear, and here, when you learn, it's ear. You have to listen. You have to be a great listener. Okay? Now, understand when they say good morning, there is never a good time to grief. They're casting spells. Good morning. Remember, they spell the same. I mean, they sound the same. But remember, it is a frequency. Everything works on sound and vibration. Okay, so they casting spells on you. They got 2 different meanings. They spell in 2 different ways, but they are meaning entirely differently for you when you are using it. And they say good morning. Oh, it's not this of the morning star of the morning. It is morning in the time of grief. They're casting spells. All right. We are in the physical, you know, phi, like pi, like phi, like the golden ratio, the circular motion. Okay. This is your 666. This is within the physical. Okay. This is the reason why they keep you on low vibration. They keep feeding you the same thing. The bad music, the distractions, the bad foods over and over and over again. And this is the reason why this is the way they live. When you spell live backwards, it's evil. When you spell devil, let's spell devil real quick. Okay? Let's understand what devil is. When you spell devil backwards, it's... Sorry, excuse me, I'm so sorry. It is lived. Okay? Understand, one man's pain is another man's pleasure. One man's treasure, one man's trash is another man's treasure. One man's treasure is another man's trash. So it's all a matter of perception. Matter of perception. You know, the hidden truth, the amen. You know, your amen rod, your third eye, you must be using. Okay, this is what they want to take over, your mind. They want you to be in a spell. You understand? They want you to be confused. I want you to understand the X-Men. I'm going to do a video but I'm going to explain it to you in this one. The X-Men. Okay, the X chromosome. Okay, and if you understand how the mutants got their powers, if you go to X-Men and I think it's X-Men 2, that movie. And when Bobby, you know, Iceman is in the house, he goes to his parents' house and they asked him what is wrong with him. And he said it is not the mother's fault. It is the father's fault for the mutation. That is not true. They are the X-Men. The mutation, the pigmentation comes from the woman. The mutation, like albinos. Okay, the only person that really carries the 9 entirely is the black woman. That's no disrespect to anyone else, but she carries the most potency of the light. Okay, DBZ, I can prove these things to you with the god of destruction. You see, Anubis is supposed to be Beerus. Okay, look at their garments. Naruto is good for using the swirl. Naruto is good to using the swirl. They use the swirl, the golden ratio. That's their headband of the Leaf Village. Okay? You ever seen Itachi's eye? It do a swirl. Okay? It looks like that. I can't really draw it for you. But they always showing you and displaying the eye to you. Okay? They always displaying the eye to you. And you're always looking like this. You understand? And they always got a little hair and all that, but they always having some hair over the eye or whatever. You'll see it. They have a little hair over the eye. And that's what I'm talking about. So I don't want to go off course here. I want you to be patient with me. Now you have the 12 cranial nerves. This is what they're talking about in your religion. Okay? 12 months equal a year, which is 13. Okay? 12 months equal a year. Okay, this is your 13. This is where they get your 13. You got 12 cranial nerves. When you raise your Kundalini energy, your feminine aspect of yourself, you know, when you channel your energy, because remember, for you to channel that energy, it must pass through something. It must go through something. Okay? It must go through something. Okay? Everything works on a light spectrum. Look at your hands. Okay? Look at your hair. You ever seen a seashell? Okay? I want you to understand these things. Alright? So give me a second here. I'm going to go to something else. Because they're casting spells on you. So you know the word Helios, you know holidays? Be careful with the holidays that you are worshiping. Okay? Because they are not for you. They all have evil meanings behind it. Okay? Now, the word holiday. Remember the word day, delight. Holly or holy. Holy came from the word Helios. That just means sun in Latin or Greek. You can look this up. Okay? I want to do it for you, but I'm afraid that you may not have the patience right now. Okay? So I'm going to take my time the best way I can to explain these things. These things do not make sense, and they are spell casting upon you. Okay, look at the word insane. In means to be within something, to be inside. Insane. Sane means to be, in a well state of being. To be calm and cool, collective. How can you be insane? Wouldn't that be that you actually are okay in the mind, in the brain? Look at the press. It's a prefix, D, to take away or take from the press. Press is short for pressure. Okay, so how can you be depressed? I'm under pressure, if anything, not depressed. Do you understand? All right, so let me continue. You have re. Re is to like to do over. And you have fuse as in power or fuel. But the word refuse means to deny. So if anything, you're refusing the problem. You're not denying anything. Okay? This is spell casting. They say impossible. You break the word up, I'm possible. Okay, the word, and this means to be like not able to do something, right? Impossible. Okay, we know what that means. Insecure, means not to be in a stable mind about what you are, in a state of beliefs about who you are. You feel like you don't really have that much confidence. You feel insecure. You don't feel that you're safe within yourself, safe within your beliefs, safe in the things that you do and say. But insecure doesn't make any sense. You'll be within security. So how can you be out of it when you're saying insecure? Okay, same thing from immature. Immature, but it says when you break the word up, I'm mature. Okay, emasculate. And immature means to be handling your responsibilities, doing what you have to do. As an adult or adult. Other than an adolescence or a child. Okay. And then you have emasculate. Emasculate mean clean. You mean to be of cleanliness, but when you break the word up is I'm masculine, which means to be dirty. Or stained. So I want y'all to be careful with the things that you are taking up, because they are casting spells upon you, and you must be very, very careful, because like I said before, you are in a cycle. Everything works on the light spectrum and is of the female principle. Your mother. Why you think your mother isn't so important? Your mother is your first teacher. Your mother is the first person that you meet in your life. Why does not they teach this in religion? Okay, they got the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And I told you the word holy means son, right? And spirit means breath. Look this up, please. The Latin word, or I think the Greek word for spirit, okay, or spiritus, which is where it came from, means breath. So you're talking about the sun breath. Who absorbed the sun more than anyone else? The black woman. That's why they say everything came from the motherland. Everything came from the black woman. And this is no disrespect to anyone else, because we all have beauty to us. We all have greatness to us. Okay, and that's what you need to understand. So there is no reason for you to feel any way, because you're beautiful in your own particular way, and that's what you need to understand. You are still part of the female principle. You're still able to give birth, which is a beautiful thing. Okay, that is a beautiful thing, and you should be. People should be just thankful. Your children should be nothing but thankful to you. Okay, especially if you're trying to raise them right and do right by them. Okay. Now, remember. You see the X all the time. You see the X even in the KKK flag. Then you see the 13 stars. Okay, and they say it's one of many. 1/3 or 3 is like a holy number. It's Father, Son, and Child. That's the real Holy Trinity. And it's supposed to be holy, the Son Trinity. The Son's Trinity who absorbed the Son. Okay, and that's the reason why you see they treat black people so bad. This is the reason why they do this, to hide the truth. They want to feel superior. So I want y'all to all understand what's going on here. I don't mean to upset anyone. I'm just trying to let you understand a little bit. I'm gonna try to add something on to this video, and I hope that you be patient with me, and I hope that you understand. But it is going to continue unless we do something about it. This shouldn't be how the woman should be living. The woman and the children should be safe, and they should be happy, living a good life. They should be away from what man is trying to do. They should never have to take part in what men are doing. And we said this, even gangsters, so-called thugs, said this. Women and children should never be involved in what we do. Leave the women and children out of it. And look how men treating us. And they say balance. They try to use the scale. They always trying to use the scale. The scale, as the scale for like justice. The scale for like justice. And they don't have no balance. They say as above, so below. How? So within, so without. How? We supposed to be respecting our mothers. We supposed to be respecting the children. We supposed to be doing things correctly. Okay? So I don't understand why these things are happening and the way that they are happening. Okay? That is not a good thing. Our women and children should be safe. Now they are pushing things on the children. Now they are pushing things on the woman. And we're not protecting the woman like we supposed to. We are not doing what we supposed to as men. We just taking advantage of all things. Where's the justice? How is this a balance? How is this fair? Okay? How? I don't understand. How is this fair to the woman? I want the women to really think about this. How is this fair to the women? Okay, so I don't want to be dragging this out. I don't want to drag this video out because I swear I was going to make it short and brief. Because I really want to show y'all something else of what I'm talking about. Okay, can you and I just want you to give me a second. I just want you to give me a second, please, so I can explain this to y'all. Okay? Because we need to understand what's happening here. That we are consistently we are in a whole nother new level of something crazy. So let me show this to you real quick, please. Hold on. Look what they explain.
So, when did you first know you were
a mutant?
But you cut that out.
You have to understand, we thought Bobby was going to a school for the gifted.
Bobby is gifted.
We know that. We just didn't realize
We
he was...
still love you, Bobby. It's just this mutant problem is a little
What mutant problem?
complicated.
What exactly are you Professor of, Mr. Hogan?
Art.
Well, you should see what Bobby can do.
I'm sorry I'm dragging this out. It's supposed to be the scene when he explains that. I think this is important.
You can do a lot more than that.
Ronnie?
This is all my fault.
Actually, they discovered that males are the ones who carry the mutant gene and pass it on, so it's his fault.
Did you hear what he said? The males carry the mutant gene. That is not true. It is the X-Men. How? It is of the woman, if anything. The X chromosome.
This is all my fault.
Actually, they discovered that males are the ones who carry the mutant gene and pass it on, so it's his fault.
So that doesn't make any sense, guys. So you understand how they would simply use things in a sort of sense to hide it, to hide the truth. Okay? So I want to also show you this too. Can you also give me another second, please? Because I also want to show you something else. Okay, because I'm going to put the camera down for a second. And I'm just trying to make this short and brief as possible because I don't want to waste anyone's time. I know you are probably very, very busy. Okay, so I'm trying to be very respectful about it. And I just want y'all to understand everything is her, the mother, makes the children. And all she needs is the man's electrical charge. Okay, this is why they say, oh, that's why women feel what they feel. We don't need no man. We can do it all. Until you have other senseless, crazy men. And then you realize, you know, you need you need the man. Okay? So you ever seen the X-Men symbol anyway? It looks like the Confederate flag, don't it? You ever seen the Confederate flag? And if you put that in a circle, it looks just the same. But you see the Confederate flag is filled with it's an X and it's 13, and 13 is a very sacred number because, you know, it connects the crest hood, the Christ, you know, the crest, the Christ. Okay, so this is what they're talking about. Okay, so let's understand this. Let's go back up. Hold on. Okay, look at this. You see how you got the golden ratio? And then you got the nine tails. You understand? And this is supposed to be, if you really think about it, it's supposed to be between light and dark. That's what Sasuke and Naruto is supposed to be. Now, if you think about Sasuke and Naruto, right? Think about the story of Kugaya. I want you to understand the story of Kugaya. Okay? You say, why this is important? You look at the 9, and then he carrying the 9. It's really supposed to have been a female. If anything, the female is the most feminine or the most divine of all. Right? Now, look at these things, right? Now, if you ever seen an atom, if you ever seen an atom and you look up an atom, it looks just like this. You know, you see the 6, the 6, the 6, the 6, the 6. You see the atom be looking like this. Okay? I want y'all to understand the spell casting, and even in this, they're all under the same frequency. We are all just looking at spell casting. I'm sorry to say these things. Yes, the show is very good when it comes down to the storyline, but understand the storyline. So, everyone got their powers from Kugaya, the mother. Okay? Everyone got their powers from the mother. She came from the heavens. Okay? Give me a second. I'll see if I can look this up for you. Okay, so she came from the heavens. And she ate and bit the fruit from the divine tree, the God tree. Okay? And then, ever since then, men went into a state of war. What story does that sound like? Okay, and then you have the two sons keep battling each other, the good and the light, like Jesus and Lucifer, like Scar and Mufasa. The story goes on and on. You ever understood these stories? The fight between light and darkness. It's crazy, right? Okay, so let me look this up real quick because I don't want to be wasting no one's time. I'm going to continue to talk, and it's probably the last thing I want to show. I do want to show also DBZ of showing you how they copied that, but I kind of already explained that, and you could just simply look that up. Okay? And it just sounds, I know it sounds crazy, but it's very understandable. It's very understandable, okay? Okay, so this is Kugaya from Naruto. Okay, now we trying to understand where we can understand her story. Okay, so let's see if this is the one. And look at her. She's supposed to be like a moon goddess. Now, this is very important. You see the horns? You see the horns? They got this from ancient Egypt. You see the horns? Just like what they do with the devil. Okay? Now this is gonna be quick as I don't know how much y'all into anime. A lot of y'all don't like anime and
あれを見ろ
cartoons.
怪しいぞなんだあれは女この者が天下のや
You see what they said? Look. And you're saying that she came from the heavens, right? And if you understand her story, she came to seeking a fruit. She bit the divine fruit. Okay? From the God tree. See?
答えるかこのお方はその国の王天智様に追わせられるぞ締め上げて素性を吐かせよはは待てもう
Okay, so I don't wanna, you know, go too much into this, but it's she came seeking a divine fruit, right? And look, she gonna bite the apple from the divine tree. And then from there, see, look. She been given the power of good and evil. Practically. She been given the power of good and evil. And then from there, the man went into a world of sin. And she became a moon goddess. War had just broke out. And she forever enslaved man into a state of war. So you can see. Okay? Now she said she was meant for peace, but it was never peace. She put them in a state of a trance. They all went to sleep, or they was all asleep or in a state of, you know, spells or some sort of, because she got divine powers now. She got the knowledge of good and evil and all this other stuff. She could do what she want to do. Okay? So you're going to see, well, I don't want to be showing this too much because I know a lot of people don't have the patience for this. You know? So, I don't want to continue. I'm trying to just give you the details of what's going on, right? And why this is important is because if you really look at her, all these stupid commercials, I got time for that. You know, look at her sons. These are her two sons. You see how they look? You see the six. Even though they turn it upside down, it's still a swirl. Okay? You see the horns. If you look up ancient Egyptian gods, you see they got the horns. This is where they get it from. They get it. It's supposed to be the divine woman. It's supposed to be the divine female principle or divinity. And look how they using it. Okay? So I'm sorry if I wasted too much time. I just wanted to give y'all this vid to let y'all understand. And it all could be so simple. Okay? So you probably going to see me make more videos, but I just wanted to make it short and brief as possible. And you know, you can easily look these things up. It's spell casting and almost everything, holidays, the cartoons. You got to be careful what you're watching. You got to be careful what you're doing. You got to be just be careful. Okay, especially ladies, don't live in too much fear because that's what they love to do. Remember, you the one that make the babies, so they want to keep you in a state of fear, keep you in a state of being angry and sick. And then when you give birth, your baby is, you know, is not healthy. He's not divine like he's supposed to be, or she's not divine like she's supposed to be. Okay, so this is the world that we live in. You got to be very careful. Do not like too much of anything because it's spell casting. And it's like, this is how they get you, because they get you to like it. And then next thing you know, you feel like you can't get out of it. You feel like why you can't stop being angry, why you can't stop, you know, being so emotional. And you know that emotion, that's another thing you have to watch. Your emotion. Okay, let's understand that. E is usually used for energy. Okay, because you know E moves like this. Okay, and then you got the emotion. And the circular motion. and the circular motion, the E motion. Okay? So, and this is usually the egg, and you know, if you've seen embryos and wombs and stuff like that. And this is why you get that atom that you keep seeing in the eye. That's why you keep getting stuff like that. Okay, so it's all spell casting. Okay, that's for the ladies. And if you're a man, most definitely protect these women out here. Do whatever you can. You know, give them the truth. I know a lot of them not gonna listen because they don't entirely understand the concept. They can't truly grasp the concept because they're under spells, and it's not entirely their fault. We must do what we have to do as men. We must protect them. We must do whatever we can to protect the babies and teach them well, and do what we can to help stop this. And that's all I want to say for today. And that's it. Peace.